Hi, I'm Pete from Roasting Media. We produced the Gangnam Policeman video, which has become a little bit of a hit online at the moment. We'd said that we would put online the bloopers, outtakes and a kind of making of video. So this is it. The idea came about after Psy's Gangnam Style video had just topped 1 billion views on YouTube. And I was talking to Sergeant Gary Watts about the fact that everyone's doing the dance. He said he'd never do it and said the only way that we'd ever get him to do it is if he got 5,000 followers on Twitter. He only had about 4,000 at the time, so he was quite smugging, thinking it would never happen. But of course it did, so here we are. So after Gary had resigned himself to the fact that we were going to be making this video, he originally wanted to do something just quite simple, like him dancing in the police station or something. But no, we decided if we were going to do it, we were going to do it in a big way. Right, so here is the making of the Gangnam Policeman video.
So, welcome to the making of the Gangnam Policeman. Just to introduce the voices you're going to be listening to for the next few minutes. I'm Gary Watts.
And I'm Pete Appleyard.
One thing that's going to be perfectly clear from this making of video is that none of us had practiced. None of us were ready for this, and the success of the video is purely down to Pete's editing, as you'll see. Our first stop of the day was at Falmouth Fire Station, where we surprised them after getting permission from their deputy chief for them to be involved. They were great sports. The idea was we would be dancing in front of the fire station, their smoke machine running, doors would open and out come the firemen. All set up to go. We'd practiced our awful dancing and the fire brigade got a shout.
So we go through that.
But good sports, and hopefully they'll do something on their own sometime.
Okay, so we left the fire station and we wanted to try and recreate some of the locations from Psy's Gangnam Style video. We headed off to the new park in Kimberley Park. We thought it's probably the only roundabout in Falmouth which we could find to try and recreate the merry-go-round scene.
Right, do what am I doing? Where I'm going.
This was quite early on in our day. You won't see much of this footage in the actual finished product because, as you can see, the dancing was that bad that even Pete's magic editing skills couldn't sort it out.
I've got something up my bottom. Yeah, you just sit. Yeah, sit. Okay, I'll do.
Are you going to do anything or just...
No, I'm just going to sit here nodding.
Okay.
I'm feeling sick. And again. Ready? Go, go, go. Not too fast, not too fast. Ellie.
Right, Gary, what you need to do is go Gangnam Style like that when you, okay, on the roundabout.
Like what?
Gangnam Style. But do mouth the word, Gangnam Style. Just do Gangnam Style, don't worry about the music, go
Gangnam Style.
That's it, that's it.
The next location was down to Pendennis Point and to Little Dennis, the fort. We wanted to try and sort of showcase some of the beautiful locations around Falmouth, so we thought this would be the ideal location.
Left, left, right, left, right, right, left, wrong. Right, just Ellie then, just Ellie. Ellie.
I'm sorry, but Chris is jumping, he's rubbing my hands with his father.
Take a step down. Hello, hello. Nothing to do with me.
Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right. Everybody is doing completely different. So, Chris, you are completely the opposite to what everybody else is.
Really bad.
As you can see now, timing still isn't a brilliant part of the video and our repertoire. However, we had soon realised that PCSO Ellie Gray does have a bit of skill and timing in the dance area, and we were relying on her to tell us what to do. And you'll hear a lot of counting and shouting, but probably more from Ellie, a lot of laughing.
Clearly, dancing in handcuffs is not as easy as it looks, and obviously affects your feet as well.
Right, left, right, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right. What are you doing?
It's a transition back.
Don't worry, Pete can edit it, he's going to make it great.
I've seen the look on Pete's face before, that's the look of despair.
When you do the lasso,
We did actually find there was a few places where Gary could improvise and come up with some interesting dances.
I'll just do that the whole time, shall I?
Yes, that's right, yeah. I thought I was doing some rapping. No,
we're not doing the glass.
Oh, so I'm not doing this. Oh, you're doing
Sort of that, aren't you?
like that.
Are you doing it in time with the music?
Chris, ready?
But we're not waving around, we're just...
You can do that, you can do a bit of that.
Like that?
2, 1.
You could be forgiven for thinking that Chris had been replaced by a Thunderbirds puppet there, I think.
Or at least for different dances from it. Just so
Are there
we've
different
got-
dances?
Yeah, there's more than just for.
What are the other dances?
You got the.
There's 4!
Yeah, there's like where he does this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Gary says he hasn't actually practiced any of these moves, but looking at some of his footage back, I reckon he knew some of the moves in advance. Did you?
No, it's just my natural skill, I think. There.
Yeah. The castle, that's up there.
That's exactly
it, Gary.
Because we can do it up in the path.
I reckon
after
you
that.
On the beach. Yeah, that big manly step. Yeah. We'll film doing that, by the way. I set you up for that.
You're in so much trouble, Julian. Just keep walking.
If you go up in a line.
Which dance are we doing?
Same again.
Yeah, just that
Well, they
bit.
could do that in the back and I'll do the silly crab thing in front.
Yeah, you could do that. You could crab along in front of them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Right.
Hold on.
Yeah, that would look alright.
No, it's alright, just slide it.
Just slide across.
Hey! Are you doing bouncing or lassoing?
Hang on, all together.
On 3 and no one said 3.
Right, we'll start going all together, then I'll say 3 and we'll start swinging.
Yeah.
Go.
Stop! Stop!
Right,
Stop!
okay,
Stop!
bounce.
Stop!
Start the bounce.
Starting with a down bounce.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Down.
1, 2, 3.
Down.
Hold on,
You
you started
went
on
like
3. On 3.
On 3.
Ready,
Right.
2, 3, down.
Right, get the down, get the bounce.
Bounce,
No
bounce,
rhythm
bounce.
Ready, down, bounce. Go.
1, 2,
Right.
3 like that. Ready?
Ready,
Yeah.
okay.
1,
2,
2, 3.
Please don't be concerned that police officers and PCSOs and the rest of us aren't able to work out what on 3 means or start with down. In our day jobs we do tend to keep it together.
Another location we went to, obviously Event Square is well known in Falmouth. We're meeting some members of the public there at 1 to do our group dance, which is going to come up sort of at the end of the video. So we thought it would be a good opportunity to try and make the most of the time while we were down there.
Where's we going?
We go straight across to that one.
So Chris, show us how we do it. It's right hand up as well. It's right hand.
Right hand.
Yeah.
And Gary can walk along saying go.
What do you do?
Yeah, go. Ready?
That's what they always say.
Make sure you're behind.
Well, I'm out of shot.
I'm first.
Ready?
Go.
No one's gone yet. Yeah, that's good.
It's all for charity. Ready?
Yeah.
Am I looking good?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. Okay. Again.
Another example of Chris commanding the team very well there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. No, not yet, I'm not ready.
Left foot, Sam. Yeah, left foot. Ready? Are we all ready?
Yeah, we're good.
1. Stop bouncing.
Oh.
2. When I say the numbers, we're going down, and the 5th one, we're starting to go forward, alright?
Alright.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Right, so it's
then
4.
go.
So
It's like that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Then roll 1, 2, then pump, pump. 1, 2, 3.
Hang on.
It's 4.
Rewind.
It's got to be 4.
It's 3.
Gary, you're in the front of this as well.
Julian on the end there, as with everything he does in life, taking it very, very, very seriously. threw himself into it much more than others. Rumours were that he'd been practising for days, dancing Gangnam Style while doing the ironing at home.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and cross. 2, 3,
Help me!
5, 6, 7, 8.
At least 100 people responded to our Twitter call for volunteers to dance in Event Square. Unfortunately, when they actually turned up, most of them decided to stay behind the camera and watch and film it all. But we did get some willing volunteers that came and joined in and bulked out the numbers a bit. Actually, some of them I think were maybe a little bit better than some of the officers.
And you had at the front. You've got the worst timing ever.
Ready?
Cut him out.
Unfortunately, at this point I was really disappointed we had to simplify it, obviously because of the little children. Otherwise we would have done a much more complicated routine here, which I'm sure Chris would have coped with.
That's the one. Ready? Forward.
This is probably my favourite example of Gary making up his own dance moves here. And as you can hear, a lot of the crowd enjoyed it as well.
One of the scenes in the original was a very small part where Si stood on a boat in harbour. Now, being Falmouth, obviously we couldn't recreate the video as best we could without having a boat in a harbour. So we went off to pester the harbour commissioners. Brilliant Sports took us out on a kilogree, as you can see there. Not sure exactly what Chris and Barry were doing behind me at the time. I wish someone would have told me, actually.
It looks as though Chris isn't doing very much.
Normally, as a police officer, if members of the public are interfering with what we're going about doing, we can get them to stay out the way or ask them to move on. Get that camera out my face. Unfortunately, it wasn't appropriate in this circumstance, and quite often we had to wait quite a while before people got out of the way and we could well, do that.
That's alright, you got a bit of that as well.
Another location in the original video is the party bus. Unfortunately, we couldn't get hold of the lighting and everything that we wanted to turn the police van into a party bus, but we did have Barry's smoke machine.
Smoke, I would have thought. Gangnam Style. I can't breathe. It's right. Have we done that?
Yeah.
We stuck out. He's finished.
Sam did like to substitute the Gangnam Style footwork for a bit of galloping horse footwork. Happy, I want to do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Just jump out and stand there and just do that. Yeah? Yeah. That the following bit, yeah? Music's on.
Yeah.
It's not.
This is where you get to experience my everyday life. I tell or ask people to do something and they do exactly the opposite.
Go! Go! We were doing the same still bit. Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah, and then everyone just... Right. So go is jumping out the sails, one more time.
Clearly we're trying to recreate the stable scene at the beginning of the original movie here, using our own stables, the cell block.
One, go. Go! Go! better?
Yeah.
I think Gary just wanted to get it all over and done with at this point. Didn't even give us a chance to turn the camera on, just went straight ahead with the marker.
You listening? 3, 2, 1. So what are these reprobates in for then?
Public nuisance, Sarge. Gangnam style. It's everywhere, Sarge. It's all over town.
And in one take.
I thought you did. I did. I was going to throw some at him.
It's all a bit like Michael Caine at Gangnam Style. It's all over the
It's all over town.
Thousands of.
You cut the audio out anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, we won't need any audio for this.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Feel free to chat everyone while there's no audio.
It's not doing anything.
Just try again then.
Okay. If you listen closely, you'll hear that Gary still amazingly loves this song.
I hate this music. So what are these reprobates here for then?
Public nuisance, Sarge. Gangnam style. It's all over town. It's...
This is the reason Chris has had more calls from Hollywood than Barry.
I think this is one of the most loved parts of our Gangnam Policeman video. And actually, hasn't Chris got his own fan club or something now after this lift scene?
Yeah, I think he's getting worried about being stalked now. He volunteered for this part, not actually knowing what he was doing.
Right.
Just hold your light.
Right, is that right?
Yeah, we're good to go.
You're on top, alright? We're going to wait for the doors to shut. There we go, right. So they'll open in a second.
Clearly, afterwards, he did have knowledge of how to dance anyway.
Ever breathe a word of this to anyone?
If you'd have told me one day I would be sat in full uniform on a toilet being videoed 15 years ago, I would have laughed you at the police station. But here it is, me sat on a toilet in full uniform being videoed.
It's a bit strange standing.
Sorry, Chris is quite used to it. Oh, hang on, I've got it. Ready? Yeah. Is it that
So there you go, that's what we went through on the 2nd of January. We started at 10 in the morning, we met, we discussed lots of ideas, some of them mad ideas involving being out in the middle of the channel and having boats driving around us. Thank you, Chris and Barry. We had a rough idea where we were going. We didn't get started until 11, and then we finished shortly after 2 o'clock as we were due back to start our work. So, you know, there it is.
So after we'd completed filming, the next stage was the post-production stage. As you can see from this making of video, we didn't have a massive amount of material which was usable, but the stuff we did have we managed to make fit, so in the edit it all came together quite nicely. The final stage of the post-production process was the colour correction and grading. It did take quite a long time to get it to look like this, but it gives it that kind of film look. And that was pretty much it. There was a few tweaks with the sound, a couple of video overlays, for example, at the beginning where we go from the custody suite into Sai's original video. There's a little bit of overlaying of videos there, but altogether it was a relatively simple edit, and I think you'll agree the finished video looks pretty good.
Huge thank you to Pete. As you've seen by this video, he's worked wonders in making it almost bearable to watch. So well done, Pete at Roseland Media. Massive thank you to my bosses for letting us do it and letting us get it out there. But more importantly, you know, huge thanks to those of you that have parted with your hard-earned money and you know, given over £10,000 to Josh and his family to make their life better. Thank you.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Before we get the weather forecast for stargazing, police in Falmouth have taken to the streets Gangnam Style and have become an internet hit in their own right.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Officers from the Devon and Cornwall Force released their interpretation of the popular music video yesterday. It's already had 50,000 hits and raised more than £3,000 to help a 12-year-old boy who was left disabled after a brain tumour.
The video was filmed in Falmouth for free and all the officers performed in their own time.
I was bullied by thousands of people on the internet into doing it. I'd promised if I'd achieved a target on Twitter that I would do it. I'm thinking actually I was quite safe, I was well away from that target, and I achieved it, I got there, and I was faced with doing it really. My team, however, and the volunteers that came and joined in, did it of their own free will, so they're absolutely balmy.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
And if you want to see more of that film, we've put a link on the Spotlight Facebook page.
Yes, and tomorrow we hope to hear from the charity which inspired the officers to make the video, but we've been inspired. Let's give it a... No, perhaps we won't. I just wanted to frighten the editor for a second there.
He's been threatening this all day. He's quite a mover, you know. I've seen him in the newsroom.
No,
not bad at all.
I'm not doing it. To music of a different kind now. There's been an incredible response to the film we showed you last night of the dancing police officers in Falmouth. They've done their own take on the Gangnam Style video for charity.
Tonight we meet 12-year-old Josh, who is the inspiration for the film, which has had more than 100,000 hits on the internet. Emma Thomason reports.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
It's not often you see bobbies on the beat like this. Sergeant Gary Watts was dared to do his own take on the video by South Korean rapper Psy. But only if he got 5,000 followers on the social media site Twitter.
It became so bad it was funny. When we all realised that we were all as bad as each other, and we just had a right laugh. We only had around 4 hours to film it as well because we were all due on duty, so it was a bit of a rush to get it done. My heart was racing, I had nightmares about it beforehand, but it's done now and it's out there.
And Gary says it's worth every bit of humiliation because it's for this little boy. Meet Josh.
You gonna wake up?
He had his first brain tumour when he was 3 years old. Friends and family are trying to raise £25,000 to buy specialist equipment to make life more comfortable for him at home.
Yeah, we nearly lost him. It's a miracle. He is a miracle for so many reasons. I can't really say thank you enough, can I? It's just in the fact that they've helping us, you know, reach Joshua's fundraising target. It's just going to make our lives so much easier and Joshua's life a lot happier.
Dawn and Josh live in Bury in Lancashire. Gary found out about their appeal and Josh's love of the emergency services by following them on Twitter.
You remember actually, you know, my life isn't that bad. You know, look how Josh is, but look how he's dealing with it. Look how positive him and his family are. So it's a real uplifting experience, even just knowing them through social media.
And social media is continuing to do them proud. People who've watched the film have donated more than £6,000, and there could be more to come from the Gangnam Policeman. A compilation of outtakes will be released if the appeal target is smashed. Emma Thomason, BBC Spotlight.
And if you want to see more of that video and find out about the appeal, we've posted a link on the Spotlight Facebook page. And Dave's posted, he says, hats, or should that be helmets, off to the members of DCC for raising so much money and for proving that our brilliant police force has a sense of both community and humour.
Yeah, we've had lots of similar comments. Kate says, well done to all who took part. This will do more for police community relations than any amount of politics could ever manage.
And Craig says, it's excellent, nice to see community spirit. Good luck to them.
They did a very good job. Thanks to everyone who also asked if I would do Gangnam Style after last night's programme. No is the answer, but to do the weather forecast now, Gangnam Style, here's David.
And knows the answer from me as well. No chance.
No, you're not going to do it?
No, sorry about that.
Spoil sport.
Now, dancing police are not a sight you see every day, thankfully, but officers in Cornwall have hit the streets of Falmouth in true Gangnam style. Sergeant Gary Watts and his team have been raising money for a young boy left with disabilities by a brain tumour.
They've been putting their dancing skills to the test by recreating Psy's smash hit video. And just like the original, it's gone viral, as Ellie Louise Wrench reports.
Gangnam Style. 오빤 Gangnam Style.
Cornish police go Gangnam style. It all started with a throwaway comment on Twitter.
They were trying to get me to do the dance, and I said, look, if I can get another 1,000 followers by the end of the year, which was about a week, I'd do it, thinking it had taken me about 2.5 years to get 4,000, so I was pretty safe. And then all of a sudden, a couple of people got hold of it, and it just went mad. And within 3 days, I was well over the 1,000 extra followers I needed.
The money raised will help kit out the home of Josh, a disabled boy whose family needs £25,000 to pay for basic equipment to care for him.
We're having upstairs adapted, and also he needs a special bath. It's just going to be really important to help him because he has quite a lot of spine problems.
Joshua's parents share his care, but due to funding restrictions, he isn't entitled to 2 fully adapted homes.
But from my point of view, they've saved my back from breaking, because he's growing and he's 12, he's massive, and I can't keep manually lifting him, and we can't get the funding for it, so it's just literally going to change our lives.
So far, the video has had more than 100,000 views, and donations have almost topped the £25,000 mark.
It's not something the police would do every day, so we have, in a way, abused our position with that, but for a good cause. I wouldn't be standing here talking to you if I wasn't a police officer, I suppose. But no, I never thought he'd go mad.
Gary's now talking to other emergency services to see if they'll go Gangnam too. Ellie Louise Ringe for the Westcountry Tonight.
It's funny to see Gary looking so static there in that interview.
We like the copper in the lift, I have to say.